Hi everybody, this is your Captain Nui from the Next Station show and you're listening to CHMA.
Discover the incredible playlist and favorite songs from CHMA programmers on our website at chmafm.com. And for weekly updates on what's playing, simply visit our website, click on music, and then choose playlist and recently played. You can also sign up to get them delivered directly to your email inbox each week so you can stay in loop with all the exciting new music.
Hi, I'm Forrest and you're listening to CHMA.
The time is 9 o'clock and you're listening to CHMA 106.9 FM.
And now it's time for your CHMA News. We're broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, the heart of the Maritimes and the traditional and unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. Coming up in the next 15 minutes, we'll have your local news, Atlantic update, weather, sports update, and some community announcements.
This is Laura McMillan with your CHMA local news. The Sackville Art Association is celebrating its 90th anniversary. I had an opportunity to speak with member Catherine Thurston this week and started by asking her about how the association got started in 1935.
Elizabeth MacLeod, who was the head of fine arts at Mount Allison at the time, in the year before, 1934, Dr. Walter Abel, who was head of fine arts at Acadia, had done a survey of the maritime art scene, cultural scene, and discovered that although there were all kinds of little associations and university fine arts departments and so forth, none of them talked to each other. All of them were lacking in resources. So he and Elizabeth MacLeod from Mount A made a proposal to form a maritime art association. That way, all the groups could pool their resources and bring in exhibitions, traveling exhibitions from Canada, the National Gallery, as well as from Britain and from the U.S. And they were successful in doing this, and in the process, all small art associations could join for $5 a year. So Elizabeth and Norman Hessler, who was a four-time mayor of Sackville, and a Mrs. Brunton, I believe, joined together and founded the Sackville Art Association so that it could be a delegate to the Maritime Art Association. And we're currently at 82, so it's remained very robust over the years. Anyway, close collaboration with the Owens continued, and it still continues. But in the mid-'60s, things changed a little bit in that the Owens became more independent, wanted to bring in their own exhibitions. So the SAA decided to turn course a little bit, and they launched annual members exhibitions, such as we're having this weekend, annual theme shows, a lot of newsletters. They put up exhibits on bank walls in Sackville. They had workshops, lectures, children's art classes and exhibitions, and they bought pieces from their members to put in the Sackville Hospital, which lasted until the hospital ran out of room. Subsequently, those annual acquisitions became a collection sent out to local schools. And all through this time, there have been art classes. Once a week, the group still gets together. We call it Thursday Painters. And it brings together professionals, veteran amateurs, and beginners to learn and share. It's been such a supportive group. I joined in 2009, I believe it was, and it's just been fabulous. We used to have a teacher for 20 years, Joan Gregory. She's being honored at the exhibition, but now we don't have a single teacher. We bring in many teachers. So we're learning things like collage, techniques for use in watercolor, acrylic, all kinds of interesting subjects. In 1947, that the SAA started providing scholarships for fine arts students. We continue that today. We provide bursaries for two high school students, one from the Tantramar High School and one from the Amherst High School, who are entering fine arts programs. And we also provide financial support for elementary school art programs on both sides of the border. So quite a few little elementary schools are receiving some money from us for supplies, art supplies every year. It's amazing to me how the collaborative, supportive, collegial atmosphere has continued right from the get-go. The philosophy was, listen, we have to work together, we have to support each other. That's still going on. And that's why when I retired, I joined the SAA and I just found these people are great. They're welcoming, they're supportive, and that continues today. Our membership has been growing with some beginners and new members, especially the last couple of years, and we're up to 82 people now.
That's great. And where do these Thursday classes take place?
They're at the Baptist Church on Silver Lake.
Okay.
On Thursday afternoons from 1:30 to 3:30. And our membership is very reasonable, $25 for the year. And then each class with an instructor is $10. And on alternate weeks, we just get together to paint, support each other, and that's just $5. It's pretty affordable.
And can you tell me about the exhibition and show this weekend?
Yes. This is our annual members exhibition. It's a long-term relationship with the Owens. They do a beautiful job of installing it, thanks to Roxy Ibbotson. The staff at the Owens are all fabulous. And they have 90 works to celebrate 90 years. There will be 62 artists represented. Some of them are historical, such as Alex Colville, Lauren P. Harris, and Elizabeth McLeod, who was a co-founder. And we have a couple from teachers who used to work long-term with our Thursday painters, and one recently deceased member, Ann Kroll, and the rest are all current members.
That was Kathy Thurston of the Sackville Art Association. This Sunday, November 2nd, the annual members exhibition opens at the Owens Art Gallery in Sackville, starting at 3 p.m. with a welcome and award ceremony. The exhibition runs until Sunday, December 7th. Gallery hours are weekdays 10 to 5 and weekends 1 to 5. And that's your local news. For CHMA, I'm Laura McMillan.
And here is your CHMA Atlantic update for October 31st. Halloween isn't just for kids. An increasing number of adults appear to be taking in spooky season celebrations too. An online Ledger poll found 31% of the respondents say they will celebrate Halloween this year with a special event such as a costume party or horror movie night. That's an increase of 6 percentage points over last year. The poll also suggests Atlantic Canadians seem to be the most enthusiastic about the holiday, while Quebec maintains its historically lower interest. This year, just 28% of Quebec respondents plan to dole out treats compared to 46% nationally and 68% in Atlantic Canada. And gas prices in New Brunswick could drop by about 8 cents a litre after a tax cut. Premier Susan Holt says the carbon adjuster tax will be gone starting December 1st. The tax was introduced in 2022 and passes the cost of federal clean fuel regulations to refiners and retailers onto consumers. Holt had promised during last year's election campaign to remove the tax to help consumers with the high cost of living. And the New Brunswick government has unveiled a tourism strategy for the next 5 years. Fresh Perspective New Brunswick Tourism Strategy 2026-2031 aims to increase annual tourism revenues by $1 billion to hit $3.7 billion. It includes 10 main priorities that focus on showcasing all seasons and regions of the province, promoting outdoor adventures, celebrating Acadian and Indigenous cultures, and supporting wellness. The province says the new strategy comes after public consultations involving more than 86,000 survey responses. And Hurricane Melissa is expected to roar by the southeast tip of Newfoundland's Avalon Peninsula overnight tonight. Environment Canada says waves could reach 7 meters in some areas. Those waves combined with the storm surge could cause flooding along the southwest coast of the Burin and Avalon Peninsulas. Bob Robichaud of the Canadian Hurricane Centre says that the conditions in Newfoundland will be determined by Melissa's westward track. If the storm gets closer to shore or makes landfall, its impact could be worse. And a Halifax youth was set to appear in court yesterday, but the case was stayed until November 20th. The youth faces a child pornography charge, animal abuse, and inciting hatred against an identifiable group. Halifax police and RCMP allege the youth is a member of an online extremist group that coerces children into harming themselves of engaging in sexual activity while on camera. Police started their investigation in May. The youth was arrested earlier this month. And finally, some trick-or-treaters in Prince Edward Island will have to wait until Saturday to collect their candy. Charlottetown, Cornwall, and Stratford issued a joint statement yesterday that trick-or-treating would be postponed to Saturday amid weather concerns. Environment Canada has issued a special weather statement warning that heavy rain and strong winds are expected to hit PEI on Friday. Lennox Island and Nabagwit First Nation moved their trick-or-treating to last night to get ahead of the weather. And that is your CHMA Atlantic update. I will be right back with some weather.
Hey, this is Kevin Torrey from Sackville, and you're listening to CHMA.
All right, let's see what it is calling for now. They've postponed Halloween in PEI, but they have not done that here. It was a nice walk-in. It was raining. There is still a special weather statement in effect, as we all suspect that it would be. Rain and gusty winds expected today in most of New Brunswick, 20 to 45 millimeters with locally higher amounts possible. Wind gusts up to southeasterly, 60 kilometers along the east coast, and that is going into rain and gusty winds will spread across eastward across the province this morning and then taper from later this afternoon or evening. Sorry, stumbling around there trying to read through the weather. And that will be in effect until at least tomorrow. The official word on the day-to-day weather. Today you can expect it to be cloudy with rain beginning this morning and ending this afternoon. A 6% chance of showers late this afternoon, about 20 to 30 millimeters. The wind southeast 20, gusting to 40, gusting to 60 near noon. High of 14. UV index is 1. And cloudy tonight with a 6% chance of showers. Wind southwest 20, gusting to 40, and a low of 7. For Saturday, the first day of November, mainly cloudy, 6% chance of showers in the morning. Wind southwest 20, gusting to 40, becoming west 30, gusting to 50 tomorrow morning. High of 10. For tomorrow night, cloudy with a low of +3. On Sunday, you can expect it to be cloudy with a high of 7, clearing on Sunday night with a low of -2, sunny with a high of 9 on Monday, periods of rain and a low of +3 on Monday night, rain and windy on Tuesday with a high of 6. Tuesday night will bring back the showers, no longer mentioned as flurries because those have been moved into Wednesday night, but Tuesday, showers, windy with a low of 0. And on Wednesday, the 5th of November, a mix of sun and cloud, high of 6, cloudy with a 6% chance of rain or shower or flurries on Wednesday night, and a low of +2. And that is your CHMA weather update. Got some sports from Brian Nielsen coming up for you right now. And here's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA sports update.
Last night, it was the NFL Thursday Nighter taking center stage. A 28-6 victory was in store for the Baltimore Ravens on the road against the Miami Dolphins, moving them to 3-5 on the season. So, that season's turning around and quick in the AFC North. 4 games in the NBA last night saw the Orlando Magic with the 123-107 victory over the Charlotte Hornets on the road. Milwaukee by 10 over the Golden State Warriors, 120-110. The OKC Thunder defeat the Washington Wizards, 127-108. And for the first time in franchise history, the San Antonio Spurs start the season 5-0. They defeat the visiting Miami Heat, 107-101. In the NHL last night, a whole swath of games, starting with the Boston Bruins defeating the Buffalo Sabres at home in overtime 4-3. Ottawa Senators come back against the Calgary Flames to force extra time and prevail in a shootout 4-3 final out in Canada. Lightning 2-1 victors in overtime against the Dallas Stars at home. Flyers with the 4-1 W over the Nashville Predators. Carolina Hurricanes defeat the visiting New York Islanders 6-2. Went to a shootout in St. Louis, but the Vancouver Canucks prevailed 4-3 to even their record on the season at 6-6. Penguins get their 8th victory of the season with a 4-1 victory over the Minnesota Wild on the road. Winnipeg doubles up Chicago in a Midwest battle, 6-3 final out at Canada Life Center. It was a 4-3 victory for the New York Rangers in overtime against the Edmonton Oilers. The Sharks beat the visiting Devils 5-2. And the Red Wings prevail against the Los Angeles Kings 4-3 final out at Crypto.com Arena in a shootout. And lastly, upcoming next Saturday at Brookvale Ski Park on Prince Edward Island, Mount Allison cross-country runners are headed to nationals. Yes, the women team from the ACAA are defending conference champions. Their second year in a row. The men's squad at conference level got a silver for the second year in a row. And congratulations to Tallulah McNeil, who is the 2025 ACAA Conference Champion and Runner of the Year, as well as Coach Claire Paywadi for being named the Coach of the Year for the 2025 season. The Mount Allison Rogue Runners, as they're known, are a club team open to all Mount Allison students. They compete against other varsity squads from the region and now across the country. And although they are signed off by the university to represent them, they do not receive any financial support from the university. Presently, there is a GoFundMe campaign happening now, and you can check that out at gofund.me/134F82457, or just hit up GoFundMe and check out Mount Allison Rogue Runners.
And that's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update. Let's take a look at the municipality and see what's going on, if there's any big special announcements. It's Halloween, but let's see what the municipality is saying really quickly. I mentioned earlier, if you're checking out my banter with Brian just before he showed up, just before 8:40, that there is an entrepreneur night that the municipality is putting together with the university. Ron Kelly Spurls and Rebecca Lehman will be giving little talks, and this is November 5th, Wednesday, down at Cranewood, 7 p.m., Cranewood on Main, and this is for local business owners or managers and nonprofits, for-profits, I think everybody. Yep, that's right. It's a networking with live music from Harris McShivery. How can you say no to that? And they're just doing an info session about working with students to help your business year round. And I can vouch for that. CHMA has benefited greatly from the internship program, both during the fall-winter academic seasons, but also during the summer seasons as well. I think we have, for the past 4 years, gotten 2 summer student positions that were 35 hours a week, and for about, I think it's 13 weeks. So pretty much the duration of the summer break. But it's, sometimes it's partially funded, sometimes it's fully funded, depends on what's available. But I encourage you to go check this out if you're looking to help a small business with some capacity. There was a road closure yesterday, but that is not today. So let's hope that is back open again. That was Fairfield Road, between Civic address 238 and the dirt portion, but hopefully they got that opened up again last night. They are doing the Tantramar Connect. They've been getting out into the community to talk to folks. The next one coming up is next Thursday, November 6th, and that is at the Sackville Music Barn. Is that the next one, or is that just the one that I just saw there? So we got November 29th. Yep, that's right. That is the last one. So if you've missed any of these Tantramar Connect sessions, the one at the Sackville Music Barn out at 18 Station Road will be the last. They've already been to Dorchester. They were in Sackville. They went to Mount Watley and over in Alec at the Mount Watley Loop Road at the church, and they went to St. Anne's Hall. So come out for that. And just a reminder that there was a budget meeting and great coverage from Clinton Davis on council items yesterday, but you can also catch the YouTube video of that budget meeting if you want to catch it raw and unabridged. And what else do we have? They are still doing the recreation planning. It is in progress. They are looking for your input into the recreation master plan. There's a survey that they have available that you could probably find on their website to fill out if you are interested in getting some input into the incredible recreation that the municipality does, and it's monumental. And also just a quick note, it's on the tip of everyone's thoughts these days, the tip of the tongues, that the farmers market will be, Sackville Farmers Market is officially moved from outdoors to indoors this coming Saturday, and that will be at the Memorial Civic Center for the winter months, and that is the usual time, and it is up at the mezzanine, up at the top portion of the hockey rink, TVMCC as you wish to call it. There you go, some community updates. It is Halloween. There's a long list of activities that are coming down, but I'm going to quickly jump over to the CHMA community calendar, to our community events, and take a look at what is coming up. Quick note, today is the last day for a call for vendors for Moonlight Madness. If you wanted to get a table downtown for the November 14th and December 5th dates, today is the last day to get that application in so they can sign you up. There is an exhibition at Struts continuing well into November, and that is Plus One Home, and you should run down during Struts hours and check that out. Struts, and what else do we have coming up? We have our usual roster of things, but we have the Trunk or Treat, Main Street Baptist Church. There was one last night at the Home Hardware that I saw mentioned as well, but I believe they're doing one. I would strongly suggest with any of these events that we call out, because of the weather that's coming in, you might want to just super double check that, because folks might be postponing things till tomorrow. So that's Main Street Baptist Church, and you can contact them for more information. Mike's Spook Walk, and that is at the TVMCC, the Civic Center, the hockey arena. I only mention that because I think I've realized that a lot of different people have different terms that they call that building. So when I mentioned both TVMCC and the Civic Center to somebody, they still had no idea what building I was referring to. So I called it the hockey rink, and oh yeah. So that's just trying to speak everybody's language here, throw it all together. So Mike's Spook Walk is back, and that is tonight at 5:30. Double check with that to see if that will be continuing because of the weather. Port Elgin's Farmers Market is up on Saturdays. There's a Eat, Shop, Be Merry Christmas Craft Show and Dessert Cafe happening. That is November 1st and 2nd at the Sackville Curling Club, and it is free for kids under 12. Admission is $3 for everybody else. That's over here on 22 Lansdowne Street. Halloween dance party, Thunder Cube, going to change your lives. That is happening tomorrow night at the Legion, a big giant dance party that a lot of folks are very excited to go to. Dust off your chaps, your spikes. It's time to party post-apocalyptic style with your dystopian future dream outfit. There you go. Whatever you feel, come down to the Legion and dance the night away. And they also encourage you to go to Ducks Aren't Real. They're doing dinners and drinks. And then Duckies is also doing Monster House Monster Mash Drag Show that starts at 8. I did see a note that the dance party Beyond Thunder Cube post-apocalyptic event will be is starting at 9. They have 10 mentioned here, so we'll update that. But I saw that there was an update on the event page on the old social media that it was starting a little earlier. So don't miss out on any of those events tomorrow night. All right, there you go. That is our news section for the morning. I'll be back in just a little bit with some music to take you into the rest of your morning. And that was your CHMA News. Please visit www.chmafm.com for more news and to sign up for our email newsletter. Funding is provided by our monthly sustainers, the Community Radio Fund of Canada, and the Municipality of Tantjamar's Community Development Grant. If you have a story idea or would like to include an announcement, please write us at news@chmafm.com. And let's see what we have. I got some Beth Gibbons, some Beta Trip, some Alton Gunn. I also have M. Ward, Salome coming up, and Matt Berenger. And we're going to do a quick CHMA schedule check. And I want to be sure that you know about a new show, and it's about its 4th episode coming up later tonight, The Drop Live. That is Jeremy McLaughlin, famous for being the communication officer at Tantjamar, but maybe even more so for coming in on Mondays at about 8:15 with Brian Nielsen on the morning show to talk about all things Tantjamar to get the word out. So Jeremy joined us just a little while ago and does a 2-hour, I think it's pretty much sure it's billed as a 2-hour dance party. That it's coming in live streamed from their homestead, and it's streamed both on TikTok Live and on CHMA. And I've tuned in each time, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty chill vibes, and Jeremy is performing live performance with a dance music, and it's a great way to spend a Friday night with the radio on. We also have Friday is wildly busy here on the Voice of the Marshes, and that is a great thing. Just going to do a quick rundown. This Way Up coming up at 10 a.m. A midday show with Eric Gohill at 11 a.m. Eric is doing a new segment of his favorite animal of the day, which is a beautiful and sweet segment. He's very excited about animals, so check that out. Siley Sringapore coming up 12 to 1 with your news, weather, sports update, noon show. Democracy Now! At 1 p.m. The Argosy After Hours with Daniel Hennigar coming up at 2 p.m. East Coast Kickoff with Ben Place at 3. Tocapo with Hinka Younger at 4. Maya Noel live at 5, coming up at 5 o'clock, taking you to 6 o'clock, where we have a new edition, The Pirate with Cole, Simeon, and Rory, and that will bring you into Finding Film with Emma and Darcy. 8 p.m. Blind Date with Christina Acton and Hannah Tuck. BAM Radio with Clinton Davis at 9 p.m. And that will bring you to 10 p.m. with The Drop Live with Smiley Mears, a.k.a. Jeremy McLaughlin, for a 2-hour jam. There you go. That is a full slate. And Ashna takes you through Saturday morning. Radio Rascals Saturday afternoon with Kylie Villeneuve. What else is exciting on Saturday? John Huck's Sunshine After Dark is winding down. John feels that he's run through the theme of that show, and it's been a pleasure having John Huck on Saturday, previously on Wednesday, but it's been a highlight of CHMA programming. After John Huck on Saturday, we have Leona coming in with Leona's Basement Music, 8 p.m. on Saturday night. Diego Carrillo and Hinka Younger with Saturday Night Vibe at 9 p.m. and The Arena with Ben Blue at midnight, 12 a.m. on the Voice of the Marshes. All right, let's talk about some of that music that we are going to be playing for you to get you into the 10 o'clock hour. I have Beth Gibbons with Floating on a Moment, Beta Trip with On My Mind, Atlan Gunn with Layla. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe there. Yeah. Is it the classic version? I think it is. Cover of, and M. Ward with Migration of Souls. All here on the Voice of the Marshes. Thanks for tuning in. I've been your host, James Anderson, going through the morning show part 2. I guess we'll call it the second, the late edition.